Welcome back to my channel. This is our Simple Abundance here with Sarah Von Braunick's book, Simple Abundance. And today we're going to be talking about September and her joyful simplicities from both of the books. I've got both of the editions. And just wanted to give a quick nod to her Caution Closet edition for the end of August. She always is having us add something new to our little emergency area. I don't know about you guys, but I've been totally thinking about this a lot lately. Between the hurricanes that you see, we saw flooding earlier this year, so many unexpected, sometimes you have a little bit of time to prep, but unexpected things that are going to happen, and you'll be so glad that you have all this stuff put in there. Beginning of the year, we talked about getting all the vital records together, and we've put food in there, we've got some clothing, and this edition for the August 31st entry is more food, and it's getting some protein in there. So things obviously that are going to keep, like canned meat of various kinds, like tuna in cans and things like that. And also she does tell us that if you get cheese that's in wax, it will apparently last for a while. And she encourages us, maybe she calls it a prepper's, like a little prepper's meal, prepper's potluck. She encourages us to maybe try some of these things, like, so as you're deciding what to put in there, say for the meat, then having a little potluck and testing some of the things out. I would expect that in an emergency, you're going to be glad to really have anything, right? But it would be nice to have some things that you enjoy. So hopefully you're getting a good stock of a little emergency area. This is again in the closet that's closest to your exit in your house. We've talked about having stuff in there for the pets, and we've got a lot covered. And I personally have been putting some of the things in my car. Now, in an emergency, maybe my car will be like floating away, who knows, but just for space, I have some things in my car as well. You can look back for other entries on the Caution Closet in some of my other past videos. But I wanted to get into today's discussion of the joyful simplicities for September. This is something that Sarah does every time she's setting up a new month. She actually has it at the end of each month, but us, we know that by now. So we flip ahead to the end of the month and we take a look. There were so many things in August too. I hope that you guys had a chance to do the things on your summer bucket list and some of those special ones from August, which were about getting past books from the library and things like that. I will tell you guys, I did put on audio, I've been listening to the Narnia books from C.S. Lewis, like I mentioned to you. I'm looking down because I wanted to flip to this page to read you this really cool thing that she says about September. I really like this. September's song is a two-part harmony as summer's light-hearted serenade ends and a deeper melody begins. It is kind of a month, right, that straddles the two seasons. For 8 months, we have plowed and sowed the soulful seeds of gratitude, simplicity, order, and harmony in our lives. Now, an authentic harvest of contentment waits to be gathered in as the fifth simple abundance grace, beauty, beckons us to partake in her bounty. Begin to reap the rich harvest of the love of what love hath sown. That's really cool, because here we are on this journey together, and we have been going through, we've been talking about all her principles, but that's kind of a prelude apparently to some of the things that she's going to focus on in terms of beauty for September. So I actually haven't even looked through this new book for the September ones, but so I'll be reading these for the first time. And then I'll cross-reference in her older version. I always look at that one, the Daybook of Comfort and Joy, because sometimes she has left some things out that I like to still include. All right, she tells us, I'm not going to try to say this French term. There's a French term that say the end of the summer is ended on a high note. That's what the French tell us. Make a really big deal out of the last cookout of the summer. Serve your favorite summer recipes with a final flourish. Sit outside if you can, linger in twilight, watch the sun go down, and bid summer a fond adieu. I have done that the past 3 years. That was out of reading Simple Abundance. Usually it's Labor Day weekend, and I just make a big deal of it. And I don't really do a cookout, but I usually get some special foods, and I just make it like a whole day evening outside. Stay out as long as I can and just remember how the summer was. Okay, and then let's see. This is a good thing to do also for Labor Day weekend. Take 15 minutes to write down all the things that you wanted to do over the summer but never got around to. Or I would add, in this year, we weren't able to do some of the things maybe that we would have normally. Put your list in an envelope. Put a note on the calendar for June next year reminding you to look at your list. Try to block in some time on your calendar to make postponed pleasures a priority when summer returns. So if you she may have changed this, because my memory of this is to put the envelope with your calendar so that when you go to switch your calendar for the new year, that you'll have that envelope. Or maybe you have a planner like me and you keep it in there. Oh, I like this one next. Who out there likes to go to Staples and just look at all the supplies? It's kind of, hello, I have a kitty. It's kind of reminiscent of going back to school, right? And getting your new binders and things like that. Obviously, you know I like all that stuff. So this one says, stock up on your own school supplies. They're on sale this month. Get your pads, notebooks, scissors, tape, and crayons just for you. Get pencils that make you smile. It's inexpensive and fun. Take a creative excursion to find exactly the kind of pen you prefer writing with. Once you've identified your brands, stock up on them at discount office supply stores. So you could go to the dollar store too. There's plenty of places that have discount things like that. But it is really fun to just have, and I'm not sure if she says it here or if it's just my memory of the old book, that when you're looking at your desk, if you work at a desk either at home or you have an office elsewhere, that you're thinking of some things. Maybe you get like a new little thing to hold your business cards, or something new to put your pens and pencils in. So you're just having fun with your office surroundings too, and it's like that back to school sort of like refresh for the year feeling. Remember the feeling of getting your new lunchbox, and you'll pick out a brand new outfit for the first day of school and things like that. So it's recapturing those things. Okay, then she's got a whole thing about apples and using apples in all the creative ways you can, and also taking advantage of fresh apple cider. Experiment with different kinds of popcorn too. Wonder if there's going to be a popcorn entry in this new book. I would like that. But yeah, we definitely think of apples when we think of the fall, right? I always have to get an apple cider donut. And then I'm not a huge pie person because the crust, I don't really love pie crust, but I do enjoy apple pie. And there's a kind of, I forget the name of the apple pie that doesn't really have as much crust. There's another kind that I like. So yeah, the fall is a fun time. And even just to go apple picking, it's nostalgic for me anyway. All right, bring on your woolens. Do you have a favorite sweater that you absolutely adore? If not, why not? Yeah, actually, this is the time of year when you're sort of changing over. Like today, I'm in a sweatshirt. It's kind of been fall weather already, but this is the time of year in September where you're switching over. Maybe like if you're like me and you have summer things, in the front now, then you kind of move them to the back and the sweaters come out, and it's time to get the warmer clothes at your fingertips. Celebrate the autumn equinox with a festive dinner of home-style cooking. Do this especially if you live alone and rarely cook a decent meal for yourself. Bring home a small pot of mums for your dining table. Yeah, I like that. Draw hearthside and light the candles, pour wine or cider, and enjoy the simple pleasures of comfort food. Yeah, celebrating the equinox. I have, you'll remember from my living room tour, I have a little fake fireplace, and it's, I don't let myself put that on until it's maybe cozy fall weather. So that could be a part of the autumn equinox. All right, then she's got a few special things here that you could have at your little equinox celebration. Like she mentions English figget pie. That's a traditional harvest meal. Because yeah, we're getting into the harvest season, right? I have a kitty that really wants my attention. And then she's got the instructions for making that pie. And observe an autumn festival. That's what I'm going to say. Observe the autumn festival of Michaelmas on September 29th, which is the feast of Saint Michael the Archangel. This ancient English harvest festival dates back to the 6th century. Legend has it that on this day the devil was driven out of heaven by Saint Michael and landed in a patch of blueberry brambles. It's traditional to have, blackberry. I don't say that kind of berry very often. A patch of blackberry brambles. It's traditional to have blackberry treats, pies, tarts, or jam on scones, or tea on pies, tarts, or jam on scones for tea on this day. So that's the feast of Saint Michael. I think when I lived in the Boston area, I'm pretty sure that's the feast that I would go to. Like the North End is where they would have this huge festival. Pretty sure that was it. Seems like the right time of the year. Oh, here we go. Christmas is gonna be here soon, right? Start making your Christmas list this month so that you won't be frantic in December. And the next one is, if you have children, this is the time to have them decide on their Halloween costumes. I really wonder what Halloween is going to be like in 2020. I don't know, but it's a good idea to pick out things early, because sometimes, especially nowadays where people are buying things online, sometimes they have to order them way in advance to get the right costume. I know that, kids change their minds so often, though. It's like if you ask them really early in September, they might change their mind by the time it gets to October. Although watching my friends' kids online, sometimes they have multiple outfits because they have like one for school and then they go to another party, and they have multiple outfits. So I suppose if the kid changes their mind, they could have more than one costume. And look at farmers markets for dried flowers to create your own bouquet. Prepared bouquets can be wonderful, but they're expensive. Create your own bouquet on a September Sunday afternoon it's a relaxing and restorative way to spend the afternoon. It reminds you all winter long that beauty is simply abundant if you look for it. I'm sorry, I waited an hour to do this video because they've been doing the lawn work and I thought they were done, and now they're coming right by my back window. Then she has a jpeterman.com. It's a catalog that she recommends. There are lots of adventures I don't know what it is. She's probably going to tell us about it in an entry, because it says, J. Peterman is happy to contact you by email, but ask for his catalog. There will be lots of adventures you might be inspired to dream about. So that sounds more like a travel thing. I don't know what that's about. I guess we'll find out. Let me see in the old book if there is anything that she left out. There isn't anything standing out in my memory. There is that gradually assemble treats for your office. So I was right about remembering that one. Oh, take a walk under the huntress moon. I'll have to look up when that is. I'm not sure when that is. Yeah, so she's really covered everything except for those two. So the fall is really a beautiful time of year. hopefully we'll all be continuing to stay well. It's an uncertain time in our country for sure, with political things happening and everything that's going on. But I hope that we all can be thinking about a positive September. It's going to be a life-changing September for me, and I don't have it figured out yet, but we'll see what happens, and you guys will be there along the ride with me. And as I said, I'm done doing videos every single day. I did it for August. It was a big challenge for myself. You guys are actually the reason on some of the days that I actually did my hair or put something besides my lounging outfits on. So I'm done doing one every single day, so you can look for me every couple of days now, and I'll combine some of the entries that go together. And I have enjoyed doing them every day, but I understand it can be a lot of a time commitment. And I said at the very beginning of the year that I was not going to have long videos, and then last week I had over an hour, so I get it. You can have a little break from Carolyn. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Leave me a comment about what you might be looking forward to in September, and I hope we all have a really great month, and I'll see you on the next video. Love to you all. Bye-bye.